Alrighty, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Thoughts Count Anywhere, coming to you live from the Go Live Vegas studios in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. We are full capacity today. You got Aaron, we got Scott, we got Matt. Jason, as you heard from our earlier show, Power Play. We just had a pumpkin commit suicide over here.
Yes, a pumpkin committed suicide over there.
Jason is working at Allegiant Stadium today. We have a special guest sitting in our DJ booth, one who is part of a takeover. Mr. DeShade is there. How are you, sir? You're going to be part of our show today.
I'm doing pretty good. Happy to be here again.
Look at you with that clown makeup on.
Welcome
Everything's going to be
back.
Halloween.
Welcome back.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. By the way, I want to publicly say this, and Shade better back me up on this next year. I went on another show, and I predicted that Shade's going to be the breakout star of 2021 out of Las Vegas. He better not disappoint me.
I won't.
2021?
No
2021.
2021 is not going to exist
Sure.
as we know it.
At 12 o'clock, we're going to yell Jumanji, and everything in the
no
world's
kidding.
going to go to crap. Anyway, 702-329-6... Something it already has. 702-329-6947. If you're out of the country, out of the U.S., 855-502-4321. You do not have to be a Tom to call on that number. Of course, you can send us a live tweet using hashtag ThoughtsCountAnywhere. And, of course, our chat rooms are being monitored except for watch parties because we're having trouble with watch parties again. But I reshared the link. They're up. Everybody's got things going on. So, Scott, why don't you introduce our special guest who will be joining us after break right in your seat because you have to take off.
Yes, I'll be taking off to set up for the autograph session. We have Sledge. He will be coming in, talking wrestling, his career, and he will be signing autographs over at the Boulevard Mall today, along with Maxie Impaler and Leon. They'll
Right
all
on.
three will be signing autographs. Scary bunch for Halloween. But
Send
free
your-
autographs for the kids.
That's right.
So if you're out and about and can't do the trick-or-treating, come on down to the Boulevard Mall. Watch a full card of professional wrestling at Versus Pro Wrestling Studios. About 2 doors over is my store, Power Play Sports Collectibles, and we'll have the three of them signing autographs. So come on over, see them. And also my little venture into my old... For those who know, CAC, I was a board member of CAC
Yeah.
for close to 20 years. We have started, and it starts tomorrow, our new venture. It's called Wrestle Connects. It allows pro wrestlers, especially a lot of the indie folks, to be part of this club. So you can't be a fan and join, unfortunately, but this is for the workers. Wrestlers, referees, ring announcers, producers, people that set up the ring, allow them to be part of a club for the business, allows them to buy health insurance, allows them to get consultation on 401ks, all the benefit packages that a lot of the indie wrestlers don't get the opportunity to do. So we're trying to help them out. And also we're putting together an electronic press kit area. So if you're a wrestler and you want to be seen by other promotions, you put your electronic press kit together, and a promoter or a wrestler can click on it and see your video, see your interview, see your stats, reach out to contact you about working their show, or you work in their show. Either way.
Great. I mean, it's terrific. I mean, I'm excited to see it launch, being a longtime wrestling fan myself, and
Yes.
knowing the trials and tribulations that indie wrestlers, really everybody who's in the organization in wrestling, that they have no matter what organization they're in. This is great for everybody involved in the industry. So
I mean, you see that young man who I'm sure it's gone viral. If you haven't seen it, obviously in the ring, broke both his legs at the same time.
I did, yes.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation. Chris Jericho stepped up and donated some money for his medical benefits.
Yeah.
But the Wrestle Connects, it allows the wrestler and their family the health insurance that they possibly and hopefully don't need, but most people do in their lives.
And what's the website again?
It is WrestleConnects, WrestleConnex.com.
Oh, it's 1X?
It's 1X.
I thought it was 2X's.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
must
no.
have been have blurry vision that day.
Yes. We put a turnbuckle in there, so,
That's
so
what
it looks like
Breaks
it's a double
up. I
X.
got you. And you're on Facebook, of course.
And we are on Facebook, and you can reach out to us through Thoughts Count Anywhere, or you can call the store, Power Play Sports Collectibles. But myself, I'm on the board. Gloria Lovell's our president. We have David Buckler, ring announcer from the East Coast. He is our secretary, and Howard Brody from the NWA is our vice president.
And, of course, all the information can be linked through what is our website.
ThoughtsCountAnywhere.com.
And you can buy merchandise for Thoughts Count Anywhere. It's available as well through the website. But all the information that we're talking about is certainly available on the website. So check it out. If you're in the industry, no matter what you do in the industry, it sounds like they're eligible to participate and become a member.
Absolutely. And it's $49.95 a year to sign up. And there's different health insurance packages that obviously you have to pay for, but it gives you the ability to do that as an individual.
Absolutely. And I'll be joining.
Yeah.
Why not?
You've tried a couple times. I've seen your application. I keep denying
I
it.
keep changing my name, though.
exactly.
That's the problem, is you keep finding it.
Exactly.
All right, we have a couple of topics before we go to our first break, so let's get started with I Hear Voices. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Right on
hired.
cue.
Upgrade.
All right, first topic. Rumors. Some people are upset that Randy Orton actually won the title from Drew McIntyre last week, and it feels like it's a step backwards. Gentlemen,
Last run.
last run, you think so?
Yeah.
Till WrestleMania, maybe?
Yeah. It'll set up a nice WrestleMania, but last run for Randy. He's getting up there in age. Obviously, in wrestling, you never retire. Ask Terry Funk.
Exactly.
But, Randy's had a lot of injuries, and
Yeah.
his aunt lives here. I've known the family for years. It's kind of here you go. You've been great for 20 years.
Oh, that's cool if it is. Matt?
He's been doing like some of his best work recently, so I'm
Yeah.
not surprised he was a champion now. But the fact that it's probably going to be Randy Orton versus Edge at WrestleMania kind of seems like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eh.
and I think that's where it goes back to the step backwards. I mean, I'm not as intrigued about that match unless it was like 15 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Even the thought of if The Rock comes back with the tribal chief stuff with Roman, maybe they're talking Rock and Roman at 37. I don't want to see that either.
I want to see that.
Yeah, well, I'd rather see Rock be involved almost like from a managerial advisor of some representative, like maybe, I don't know who, but rather than get in the ring. The guy's got so many life insurance policies against his body right now that even movie theaters, they're going to not want him to participate.
Yeah.
But I'd rather see the younger guys. The Drew McIntyre move I thought was great. I'm really surprised that they changed on the belt.
I really would rather see Roman up against Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at least that's more relevant to current, the current
or
times.
have Brock come back, which, but
Well,
at
not
least,
until people are in
exactly
the arenas.
And then for McIntyre, him and Karrion.
Yeah, that would be a great. But then where does that leave Karrion? Is that going to be like a number one contenders feud moving forward?
Karrion's not
Yeah.
long. I mean, if it wasn't for his shoulder,
Oh, no, I agree with
Kevin, he's a friend of the show, friend of mine,
Right.
and if it wasn't for his shoulder, obviously he'd
Sure.
still have the belt and possibly getting ready to get rid of the belt already
Right.
because you have some. I think Royal Rumble main roster.
Could be. I agree with you. It won't be long. All right, next topic.
Hold on a second, try that again.
Okay.
Let's rescind the offer.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. I'm 1 for 1. 1 for 1.
1 for 2.
Yeah, that one. I can't do math either.
Okay, great.
It's early.
All right, rumor is, well, we just kind of talked about this. Rumor is that at 35 or 37, Edge and Randy Orton for the championship. Shade, what do you think about that kind of matchup at WrestleMania? I want to know your.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. With a match like that, I'm actually interested in seeing that match. For the pure fact that I've been a fan of Edge for a long, long time. Oh, so I'm still Hulk Hogan? For a long time, brother. He's eating his vegetables, saying his prayers, taking his vitamins, but
and drinking his milk.
and drinking.
Oh, that was Kurt Angle. Sorry.
The match the greatest wrestling match that they had was that. I honestly think it was a really good match. So if they can top that at WrestleMania, hopefully with fans, then it'd be that much better.
Even Thomas Burnett says we need Jason back in the
Wow.
corner. Wow.
Damn.
Thomas.
See, one flub. That's all it takes for our audience
Well,
to
Chief-
turn on our bell people.
They're fickle. Very fickle.
fickle.
Well, Chief is watching. I know Chief has my back, right, Chief? Please say yes, Chief.
learning stage for to Shade. There is only one chief. Chief will have big shoes to fill because he started the bell with us.
Yes, he did.
At your store.
Yeah.
So when we started the show there. Anyway, all right. But listen, it's a marquee matchup that I think is well beyond. I don't want to see Undertaker and Sting's name had come up. Cena now they're talking about 37. Listen, I love those guys, but I'm all for starting to move forward and get these other individuals into the spotlight. All right, with that, we're going to step aside for our first break. Why don't you tell us who our guest is before you run away?
Once again, Sledge.
Yeah.
He will be here, part of Versus Wrestling down at the Versus Brawls or Halloween Brawls down at the Boulevard Mall today. So he will be taking my place, which I was just filling for his shoes because if not, I'd be thrown to the parking lot by him. Big guy.
Right through the wall,
Yeah,
by the way. We
exactly.
didn't take you
No,
out.
he doesn't want to ruin the studio. He loves
No,
the
he
studio.
loves the studio, absolutely.
I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go set up.
Yep.
And you guys have a
1
good
to 3
wrestling-
today's the
1 to
signing.
3. And don't forget, starting at 2:30 bell time, 3 o'clock, I'm pretty sure most of the highlighted matches will be kicking off. Don't forget, it's Halloween. Let's come on down to the Boulevard. There's no trick-or-treating.
Right.
So, if you want something to do for a few hours, come down, watch some professional wrestling at the Boulevard Mall and get a couple free autographs, actually
Absolutely.
free, over at the Boulevard at Power Play Sports Collectibles.
There you have it. All right. So with that, we're going to step aside for our first break. We'll have transition. We'll have Sledge come up and take Scott's position here at the table. You are watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. Jot down that phone number, 702-329-6947. Call in with your questions, conversation, whatever it is. We're going to pick his brain on everything going on in wrestling as well. We'll be right back.
What's up, guys? It's Jeff Cobb here. Come check out Power Play Sports Collectibles. Buy all the cool memorabilia, maybe some wrestling stuff too.
For all your sports collectibles in Las Vegas, stop by Power Play Sports Collectibles in the Boulevard Mall. Power Play has a large selection of items from all your favorite teams, specializing in the Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Raiders, and pro wrestling. Power Play Sports Collectibles has an online store if you prefer the online shopping experience, plus they ship worldwide. So if you're looking for that sports collectible for yourself or that special someone, check out Power Play Sports Collectibles online at www.powerplaysportscards.com or at the Boulevard Mall.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast, Thoughts Count Anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
All right, welcome back. John Cena's joined us in the DJ booth over there. Look at that. He looks good. Looks good. He looks very good. There you go. Welcome back to Thoughts Count Anywhere, coming to you live from Go Live Vegas. Remember, download the app, Go Live Vegas, on your phone if you're on the move, just as Chief is listening. I know he's got us on his iPad. Download it to your phone. We're on so many different platforms, it's probably a shorter list to tell you where we're not. Joining us now here in the hot seat, as we mentioned earlier, this is a big guy. We're not messing with him. This is Sledge.
What's going on?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up, man?
Thank you for coming in this morning.
Yeah, dude, it's
early.
I'm happy. It's not that bad. I usually get up around like 5 or 6 in the morning
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
so like this is just nothing for me.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm having my coffee. I'm having fun.
We've had guests sit in that seat. They're like, man, this is like way too early. I don't have my
It's too early right now, please.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, man, I'm totally cool about this.
I've asked a couple people about coming in there like, it's how early? I'm like, bro, it's not that bad.
It's 9 a.m. It could be worse. You could be on at 8 o'clock like we are with Power Play at 8 o'clock in the middle of the night, it seems like. So, but thank you for coming in, man.
No,
and I know you were
absolutely.
busy last night, too.
Yeah,
you were
man.
teaching some future wrestlers over at Versus last night.
Yeah, and that was a good group of guys, man. A lot of hungry guys. There's a lot of good wrestlers coming out of
Yeah.
Versus right now that are just hungry for knowledge and just
Right.
want to learn. And Wes does such a great job over there with the program. And Wes has always had my back, so it's like, why not give back to his group of people?
Sure,
as
well, that's
well,
great.
100%.
That's great.
So.
And I was watching, because I was there on another business with Wes, but I was watching the students in there, and their faces were glued to you. They were hanging on every word of advice and technique that you were offering, man. And and like you said, that's what makes him a good student of the game.
Well, wrestling is there's so much to wrestling.
Right.
You could do so many like flippy spots and so many super kicks and so many Canadian
Right.
destroyers and all that fun stuff. But if you're not telling a story and getting that guy in the front row to forget about what is going on in his life,
Sure.
or he just found out. I don't know, like what our rating is on the show here. Do we say whatever we want?
We're not on regular radio. FCC leaves us alone on the
Okay,
internet.
cool.
So feel free.
Like the guy just found out that like his wife was cheating on him,
Right.
but he just bought tickets for his kid, so he has to do this for his kid.
Sure.
If you can make him like suspend his belief for just that little bit amount
Absolutely.
of time, then that's what we do. That's our job, and that's what I love to do. And,
Well said.
I
love that.
I love professional wrestling. Just bottom line, I don't know what camera to look at. There's so
No,
many
well,
freaking
don't.
cameras.
Well, what you see in the what you see in the
There's so many
monitors-
cameras. I have no idea.
If you watch the monitors, that's what people are seeing. So
Okay.
if you can catch a glimpse, like right now, I'm on my camera because I'm seeing it peripherally. So if you can just catch a glimpse of that, that'll tell you. Or just, I know listen, you've got to play to the camera. See,
I know.
Right now, he's on the sliding camera.
I'm
right
over
over
here.
there. You see that sliding camera? That's that one.
And now,
And
I'm
then
over-
let's put
I'm
him
over
up on
here.
his. Yours will be over here, straight ahead.
Oh, there I am.
Or you could be sitting in the DJ booth like
No, I don't wanna do
Shade
that.
is. And
I
we
don't
got a
wanna do that.
GoPro over there, and we can bring you up looking like he's got a spider on his face.
Hey, man.
Holy crap. Holy crap. That's Spider-Man. Don't worry about it. That'll give you extra powers for your match later.
I'm gonna need him.
You're gonna, that's you're gonna need them.
So, Matt, let's get any particular questions. Let's get them started.
Yeah, how's your time at Ring of Honor been so far?
Ring of Honor's been great. I work literally for the best company in the world, especially when like through this whole pandemic and everything that's going on in
Yeah.
the world. You know, you see what WWE did.
Right.
They cut like over 100 and something employees
Back in April, yeah.
Yeah, something crazy. Ring of Honor has kept us all employed and hasn't thought about cutting any of us.
Well, that's great.
Awesome.
And has paid us.
Oh, good.
Yeah. They didn't have to do that.
Right. They could have made some other arrangements.
Yeah, they could have made some other arrangements, you know, but they chose to because they believe in us.
Right.
They believe in their talent.
Right.
And the stuff that we have coming out now with the peer tournament, you know, the finals are tonight live.
Right.
You know, and it's just amazing professional wrestling. What real professional wrestling is.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't thank Sinclair. I can't thank Ring of Honor enough for what they've done for me.
Right. Now, how long have you been in the business overall?
9 years. I think I just passed my 9 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
how did you get started?
Oh, that's a long story.
Does anybody really wake up in the morning and say, "I'm going to wake up"? I guess you can nowadays. I want
Yeah.
to be a professional wrestler.
Yeah, and then you just YouTube, and then all of a sudden, you're a professional
Right.
wrestler.
Exactly. Ask Mick Foley jumping off his roof. Right.
You know, that's the guy that broke his legs.
Yeah.
That you were talking about earlier.
Jeez. So, all right.
One
so,
and done.
I've seen that clip so many times. It's been sent to me so many times. I'm like, I don't want to watch it.
That's like the Joe Theismann leg break.
Yeah.
Only twice as bad, obviously.
Like when Sid did that.
Oh, yeah.
Golly.
All right, so back to how I got into the business.
9 years ago. What
Yeah,
changed?
you know, it's one of those things, man, where like I've always been a fan of it since I was a kid.
Sure.
Man, just watching it and watching these larger than life characters,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, anywhere from like Bret Hart's Ultimate Warrior to like Hulk Hogan.
Sure.
And it was just one of those things where it's just like the door opened, and I didn't go through it once,
Okay.
and then the door opened again. And it's like, well, there's a reason why the door opened again.
Sure.
So
Sure.
I went and I went down that road, and it's been an amazing. It's been a very. What was that?
Trying to mute my watch and
Oh,
I have
okay.
to find my phone
like,
button. Sorry.
We all look. We all look because this studio is haunted. There are spirits that float around here, literally.
Okay, we're gonna
the
get to
hell
something
were you
about that.
thinking?
We're gonna get to something about that.
Okay.
I thought that was a hey, brother, wrap it up.
No,
Bing,
no.
bing,
Oh,
bing.
no, you're good. You're good.
But we all
He just
paused.
started.
Exactly. I was like, I just got started. Like, what's going on here? No, you know, I've had a lot of downs in the business.
Sure.
My ups have just started.
Okay.
You know, I got hurt really early in wrestling. My L4 and my L5 in my back.
Oh, wow.
And I got addicted to pain pills.
Okay.
And then on top of that, I was going through a bad time in my life.
Okay.
And I picked up the bottle and started drinking. So I was
Gotcha.
mixing both.
Gotcha.
And I made a lot of bad decisions where I never thought I was actually going to wrestle again. I almost completely got blackballed from the wrestling business because of the decisions I made. And the day that I woke up feeling clear-minded from detoxing was the day that my life 6 years ago changed completely. I just passed my 6 years clean.
Congratulations, man.
Oh,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Good for
and
you.
that's where my life completely changed. 100%.
So that was really like at that point 6 years ago where you had clarity in your life was because you were able to move past those addictions that you had, right?
Yeah,
Where everything
I got
just kind
hot
of
on
cleared
the-
up.
Yeah, I got hot on the indies really quick. Like,
Okay.
I'm not like a small dude. You see a big dude who has somewhat of a look, people
Sure.
go, oh, you know, cool.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
And then I did some WWE stuff, and like, you know, I felt like I had like this chip on my shoulder that nobody could like tell me anything. I knew everything in the world, you know? And I was green, man. I was green in the business.
Where did you get trained?
That's a whole, you know,
I'm opening up doors that are going all over the place. Picture a map right now.
yeah, no, I originally started at a company called Vendetta Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
Out of Santa Maria, California.
Gotcha.
Under the tutelage of a guy named Billy Blade. He didn't really actually like train me a whole lot though.
Okay.
It was more of like Tsunami and Kaden, and like I only went to wrestling school for maybe like 2 months.
Wow.
And then I was on the road.
Okay.
And I learned on the road.
Baptismal fire.
Yeah.
You learned on the job.
100%.
Jeez.
And just kept going and kept going and kept going. And then when I started making those bad decisions in my life of living more of the rock star life than the wrestler life, that's when a lot of stuff started going bad for me.
Gotcha.
And once I got the clarity that I needed of getting sober, that and started, because I went from one vice to another vice. I went from alcohol to drugs to food.
Okay.
And I blew up quick. Like, I got really big. I was like 320 pounds. Like,
I beat you. I was 354 one time in my life.
Yeah, and very unhealthy, and especially with like a bad back.
Oh yeah.
You're carrying all that extra weight, and like all of a sudden, like my knees hurt, my back hurts, like my neck hurts, like I can't move very well. You know.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm watching all the people that I was on the indies with getting signed to these bigger companies.
Right.
You know, like Jeff Cobb.
Right.
I've had a number amount of matches with Jeff Cobb. You know, guys that Lucha Underground is just
Firing people up.
fire,
Yeah.
and I'm like, man, I could be right there.
Right.
But I decided to be a drug addict instead. So I got my life in check.
Right.
I got my food addiction in check. Now I love food. I still love food. 100%. I still love food. But
It's good. We have 10 pizzas coming for you in a few minutes.
I'm so glad that we're having 10 pizzas at 9:30 in the morning.
I'm taking 9 of them. 9
Well,
of
it's
them are coming
12:30.
home with me.
It's
We're trying
There
to
you
help
go.
Shade out later. We're trying
That's
to help
right.
Shade out.
Well, it's 12:30 East Coast. So.
Oh, 12:30. Oh,
Yeah.
we're fine.
So we're good.
We're good.
We crossed that continental divide. It's all
We're
good.
It's afternoon time. That means I can break my fast. And once I got that under check, and I realized that like I really wanted to go after this.
Sure.
Because you only get one life.
That's right.
You know, why waste it?
Right.
And a lot of people have asked me what I did to change, and it was just my mental way of looking at life.
Right. People don't realize, and I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
This is a very simplified statement that I'm going to make, and I don't mean to downplay anybody or anything, because I've suffered from depression. I still do.
Yeah.
Since my mom died almost 20 years ago.
Yeah, my dad
you know,
passed when I was 12. I battle that shit every single day.
absolutely, it doesn't change, but it is here. It is the mindset on how you choose to handle it, which is what you're talking
Yeah.
about, and it's as simple. Now, believe me, folks, big ass quotes around the world, simple. But if you understand that it's here, then it could help get you going in the direction to make changes.
Yeah.
Clarity in life.
100%.
Wow. I admire you just more for that. I admire your work in the ring. Don't get me wrong, but as a human, as a person, I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying this to you.
I appreciate that.
I admire what in the last 6 years, how you've come to that clarity for yourself and continue to grow in a lot of ways you probably didn't even realize you can grow.
Right, and it's not, and it hasn't been easy.
Oh, it's not. Period.
I still have my bad days, just like anybody else.
Sure.
Does. Everybody has bad days. That's
Sure.
just- we're human beings.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just what you choose to do with that bad day.
Every day we get an opportunity to make the choices.
Every day we get 24 hours in the day.
Right.
True.
What are we going to do with those 24 hours?
Yeah.
Eat pizza.
Apparently-
Shut up over there. Oh, there.
Apparently,
And the funny thing is he's got his mouth lined up perfectly.
I know,
for the
that's it.
pizza.
but apparently, but that's one of the cool things. And what's so great about Ring of Honor? Back to
Oh, we have a phone call coming in. Don't go to that light because we have a phone call coming in for you. Thank you for calling. Hang on one second. I want to get
Go
the
ahead. Yeah,
caller.
go ahead,
Thank you for
please.
calling, caller Chief. Thanks for calling in, buddy.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Chief.
What's up?
How
man?
are you,
What's
brother?
happening? Sledge, how you doing, my brother?
What's up, buddy?
Hey,
So I'll try
one
and drink
day at a
coffee.
one day at a time, my friend.
Absolutely.
One day at a time. I got 37 years sober, so
Hell
I
yeah,
know
man.
exactly
Congrats,
what
bro.
you're talking about.
Well, I didn't know that about you, Chief.
Congrats, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, the guy sitting next to you though with the bald head, he keeps giving me a hard time.
Oh Lord.
So if he gets in the
Phillips, you've done it
ring
now.
with you today, or you see him in the ring, will you give him an elbow for me today? Unfortunately, I'm at work, my brother, so I can't be there.
Don't look
But
at me,
he
Aaron
just
Phillips.
fuck- he
Don't
just
look at me,
fuck-
though.
he just
I'm
fucks
taking
me
out
all
of this
the
one.
time.
Chief, I thought we hit an impasse last week.
Hey, I don't know if I'm like contractually obligated, allowed to do that, but I mean,
Wait, let me call my insurance company first.
right, exactly.
Hey,
I-
babe, have you paid the payment? Wait,
Hey.
let me sign up to Wrestle Connects first.
Yeah,
Make sure I got my affairs in order real
Yeah, but you
quick.
keep denying your application, so I think you're kind of
This guy
screwed.
keeps denying me, that son of a bitch.
Look
Jesus.
at what I started. Hey, seriously, guys, I'm sorry I missed it. You know, I want to be there, but unfortunately, the way work is,
Yep,
you know what I've got to do.
absolutely.
And business.
But guys, please have a great show today. Have a great versus show, and who knows, I may just be under the freaking rings here.
Okay, Hornswoggle.
I hope not.
Only the
Right.
chief knows.
Only
Love
the
you
chief
guys.
knows.
Talk to you later, guys.
Thanks, my
Bye-bye.
friend.
Thanks, buddy.
You got
Have a
it.
good one, Chief.
All right, with that, let's segue into a quick commercial break. Then we come back. Obviously, we're going to talk more about your career and where we've gone.
Absolutely.
But I want to get your input on Hell in the Cell this past weekend. Did you watch any of it?
I did.
All
I
right.
actually reviewed it on my show because I have a talk show.
We'll talk about that when we come
Yeah,
back.
absolutely.
Thoughts count anywhere. Sledge in the hot seat, and the rest of the crew is here. Even DeShade in the booth. We'll be back right after this.
Yeah.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your sales staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs. All right, welcome back to Thoughts Count Anywhere. During the break, we were talking. Sledge has his own. Is that Instagram or is
Yeah,
that
it's
Facebook?
Instagram Live,
He's got
yeah.
Instagram Live going, so we were talking to his audience, and we thank them all for joining us as well. What's that?
Sledge 808.
Nah, you're really off by a couple numbers.
A couple numbers, that's right.
Yeah, Sledge 805.
805.
805. I rep the 805 straight out.
There you go.
Oh, I
So
like
you mentioned before break you have your own show. Talk about
I
that.
do. I have a talk show called Coffee with Sledge that's live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays on Twitch.
Right on.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
What do you talk about?
We talk all kinds of stuff. Motivational. We talk to professional wrestlers. We talk all kinds of
Oh, right on.
fun stuff.
Every
man.
topic.
Every topic. We've had competitive eaters. I've tried to do some competitive eating on there. We just have fun.
Could you go to Nathan's every year where they have the hot dog eating contest and give them a
but I
run?
would lose.
You would, how many would you get down? What is it
I-
like? How many minutes? Like 15 minutes or whatever it is?
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not. I don't know. What is it like? Who has a record right now? It's like the guy from like San Jose.
Joey Chestnuts.
Isn't he from San Jose or like?
I thought he was from the East Coast.
Maybe he's
but-
from the East Coast.
Yeah.
I do love watching on YouTube competitive eaters. I love watching competitive eaters. I know it's like an addiction I have. Like Matt Stoney, love watching Matt Stoney.
Speaking of competitive eating,
Yes.
I saw the craziest thing the other week. They were filming this Japanese show with the Heart Attack Grill.
Oh, really?
And they're octuple burgers, like this big around, and it's got 40 pieces of bacon on it.
Can't do it.
For 40, I would.
She ate the thing in 5 minutes.
Get the hell out. Really?
Wow.
Did she take a nap afterwards? Because I would.
She's still napping.
That was crazy.
Baby back.
Baby back, baby back. I was like, what is that? I was like,
Yeah, every once in a while, Aaron will drop a little sound in there that we played. Can you guess this sound?
well, I guessed it.
You did.
Yeah.
All right, what I want to do is let's get your take on some of the Hell in the Cell matches you said you talked about on your show.
I did, yeah.
A lot of things were going on. So, Matt, why don't we bring up the first match to talk about? What's going on?
The first match was Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso in the I Quit Hell in the Cell match for the Universal title.
It was a good match. Mm-hmm. It was really good. I think that it went a little long for my take. I mean, they went like what, a half hour?
Yeah, but they had a half a dozen matches. They only had 6 matches.
I know
which is low for them.
I know they had to fill time.
Yeah.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
that. But when you try to shove, 8 pounds of, excuse my language, but 8 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag,
It's okay. You're allowed to say that.
it's a little much. I get what they're doing with Roman.
Right.
I get it 100% that he is the chief. He is the guy.
Right.
He's bigger than The Rock. I get it. Now, are they building towards? That's a big rumor right now. Is they're
Right.
building towards Rock and Roman at Mania? Is it going to happen? Who knows?
Right.
I heard it might not happen.
Right.
Because Rock has a movie or something that he's
He's
shooting.
got more life insurance policies out in his life that these studios do not want him to get into a ring.
Right.
So
So, where the question is though is where do they go now?
Where's the payoff?
Where exactly? Where's the payoff? Where's the story going to go?
Right.
Because he could go through the Usos,
right.
but who's next after the Usos?
Right. Yeah, there's nothing set up
There's
after
there's
that.
nothing.
Except we talked earlier about the Fiend was an original storyline before the draft again.
Right.
They thought that would go down, but you're right. Who's there on that side to do that?
There's nobody.
Right.
There's nobody really that's. There's nobody that's really.
He's
Where's
coming.
Alexa?
He's coming. Yeah, well, that's
That's the real question. Where Alexa?
Where's Alexa?
Alexa, please stop doing that. No, I'm joking.
No, I'll give you half an hour to stop doing that. Actually.
But no, like that's the main thing. Is
Right.
like where's the payoff?
Yeah.
Where's it going to go?
Right.
Because if The Rock decides not to do it because of some studios or whatever he has, I don't
Right.
know The Rock, or he decides to run for president, whatever.
I'd vote for him.
I think everybody would vote for him at this point. There's no big payoff.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Right now they're building towards the Samoan faction.
Exactly. Unless you just took it right out of my mouth. Unless the Usos fall in line with Roman,
Right.
and then now they have this big Samoan dynasty.
Yeah. Well, having Alpha and Sika at the top of the stage at the end of that match was very significant, right, Matt? I mean,
100.
Yeah, that was
Absolutely. I didn't see that coming.
no.
I don't think anybody did.
that was like such a cool moment, especially for like fans, like old school
Yeah.
fans that are like, holy crap!
I have to admit, though, I did not recognize Sika in the Samoan.
But wouldn't that turn?
Garb.
But at the same time, though, with guys like that are Hall of Famers, to come out there and
Sure.
solidify
Oh,
what you're doing,
yeah.
wouldn't that make you a little bit of a babyface?
Or just putting a stamp on the
Yeah.
direction that you're going, though. Because Alpha and Sika, though, for the most of their lives, they were heels, though.
Right. But what if Roman, when they went out to go give him the significance, because he's supposed to be the biggest, baddest effer out there, right?
Yeah,
What if he just walked right past them?
That
Just
would have
blew
been
them
big.
off. Doesn't that make a bigger statement?
yeah. I would have been.
Think about that.
All
Doesn't
these
that make
filters got
that,
on me.
that makes that storyline even
That's interesting.
greater.
Great take. I didn't even think about that.
because he now says, I don't
need you.
you guys aren't the chief, I'm the chief. I'm the guy.
That's
You guys all have to fall in line to me now.
I can see, since like Jey Uso kind of fall in line with him last night, and if the other Uso kind of follows suit, I can see like Rikishi coming out and be like, "Kids, what are you doing?" And Roman be like, "Take your dad out."
Here's a couple.
That's good too.
Here's a couple of thoughts.
That'd be a good little swerve.
That would.
Couple of thoughts that popped in the chat room, so I'll put them out there. Thomas Burnett says maybe The Rock will return to help Jay get away from Roman.
I can see that.
By the way, going back to the hot dog thing, Chief says the competition is 10 minutes long. Joey Chestnut, I had 75 hot dogs. And you are
good.
correct. He does live in California, out in San Jose.
Yeah.
Chief brings this point up, which is quite interesting. Does Samoa Joe possibly come back as part of the faction? I mean, the guy's name.
He's not. They don't recognize him as part of the dynasty.
He's like the only Samoan not related to that family.
And he has
Exactly.
Samoan in his name.
Exactly. So that's one of those things where it's just like
Doesn't fit.
it doesn't fit. But what I mean, this is a big what if. Like we're literally being WWE and throwing shit at the wall and see what sticks.
Why not? They do all the time.
Exactly. What if Samoa Joe challenges him for the, his kingdom,
Right.
or whatever it is. You say you're king of all the Samoans.
You're not over on
You're
me.
not.
Joe,
Exactly.
baby.
'Cause I don't think Roman's ever beat Joe.
I can't think of it. Did you have?
They've been in matches, but Roman has never pinned Joe.
Right.
They've been in fatal four ways. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
As long as The Rock comes back and he doesn't do like the whole Hollywood thing, and he's like, "My grandpa's the High Chief.
Hi, Chief Peter Maivia.
You got to go through me to do any of this," and that's going to be like his way to. That's going to be like his way to officially like pass the torch to Roman, and probably that's the end of The Rock's career right there.
That's also an interesting take. You know, when you consider High Chief Peter Maivia as the chief, I mean, his title's right there.
Yeah.
Interesting. There's so many ways that they could take this, but you're right. Ultimately, they have to come up with a payoff that makes sense for the direction where
good
they're at with
payoff.
Roman.
Something that's going to get people interested in what's going on.
Absolutely. All right, quickly, next match.
Elias defeated Jeff Hardy via DQ when Jeff Hardy hit Elias with the guitar.
Where's my bell?
There you go. I got to defer now to the recorded bell.
I thought I got fired.
Yeah, you will later.
Well, it's like wrestling. You never retire, so don't worry about it. I thought I had nothing vested in that match.
I
I don't
Fast
know why
forward.
it happened.
It was horrible storytelling because if they said like
Like Elias looks good.
Elias got hit by a car and it came out like the next week it was Jeff Hart or it
Right.
was Sheamus.
Right.
So it was like Elias not watch SmackDown while he was hurt to realize
He was busy
it
recording.
wasn't Jeff Hardy
he's
that hit
not
him
up
with
on
the
the
car.
current product.
No. Well, he was currently recording for his new album or song that was released. Come on now.
I'm not, I wasn't really like super invested with it. The finish was what he hit. Hardy hit him with the
guitar.
guitar, right
Yeah.
on the back.
That was the receipt for him getting hit with the guitar at some point, right?
I could have. It was a time filler.
What's your thoughts on overall right now the product of pro wrestling versus let's say
Oh,
5 years? I mean,
do you really want me to get into that?
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
yes.
Yes, that's why I'm asking.
didn't know?
Yeah, that's
No hands but a call somebody.
That's very good. Well, that was a great. No, I'm serious. You're in the business.
Yeah.
We're not. We have our opinions as fans,
Uh-huh.
but you're in the business. And yes, I'm serious in asking that question because I started watching it in 1976. I saw Bob Backlund beat superstar Billy Graham in Madison Square Garden for his title.
I'll tell you.
That's where I go.
I'll tell you a story about Bob Backlund, which is awesome. I was at Northeast Wrestling in Connecticut, and Bob Backlund was on the show, and he was going on right after I was. So I'm getting ready to go out, and Bob Backlund is sitting there, and he's literally talking to me about how him and Diesel, and how Diesel beat him, in that 8 seconds at Madison Square Garden. He's literally telling me the story and how the storytelling went. And I'm sitting there marking out because Bob Backlund literally is telling me like how it all went.
Did you read his book?
I didn't read his book.
I did.
But like how, the way he sold it, the way he
Yeah.
did this, and the same stuff that he was talking with, he was talking to me about him and Brett. And I was just like, this is my childhood. Like I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest
In
freaking
his
thing in the
book,
world.
he's talking about from inside the ring, the match that I just told you about where he beat Superstar.
Yeah.
And he's talking about it from inside the ring when I was a kid up in the rafters at Madison Square Garden that night, and I'm absolutely reliving it, but now I'm reliving it inside the ring with him.
Yeah,
So I get that.
Bob-
And I've also had the pleasure of interviewing him on a past show a couple of years back. Great guy to
Oh
talk to.
man, he is such a just knowledge, and one of the smartest guys. But back to your original question of what do I think of the business right now? I think it needs to change. I think Ring of Honor is bringing that change,
In what way specifically?
being more sport based.
Okay, because AEW came out a year ago saying, we're going to bring you different. We're going to be different than WWE, and I haven't seen a difference.
I haven't.
WWE Light. That's all. They are.
Shit.
There's nothing. Okay, I have a lot of acquaintances and a lot of friends that work for AEW, but to be 100% honest, I cannot get through a show. I can't. Now, don't get me wrong. I love what they're doing, and they're giving indie guys a shot. Love it. Getting them the exposure that some of them deserve. Some of the people that I believe that have worked their butts off for years, especially some of the Cali guys that they're giving a shot to, like Aaron Solo. Love Aaron Solo. The guy is so good. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's so good. He was just on Dark. He's been on Dark a bunch of times.
Okay.
He wrestled Scorpio Sky on Dark and just destroyed it and killed it. And is a good friend of mine. I'm so glad that he's getting the opportunities that he deserves. On this last Dark, they had Danny Limelight, who is another Cali guy, who has been just destroying it lately, just killing it. New Japan. Now he's on AEW, Primetime Live. Like he's just hustling and just going and going and going. I'm glad these guys are getting the exposure that I believe that they deserve.
Right.
But how many times can you do 300 super kicks and 400 tope super setas to a Canadian destroyer to a nip up to a double down there's no story. Reason why we got into professional wrestling is because of the stories, right?
Yeah.
reason why we get invested into professional wrestling is the story.
And that goes back to what you said at the top, was telling a story.
Yeah.
It's like watching a car crash.
And there's only
Almost.
there's only so many car crashes you can watch
Right.
when the same people are doing the same shit over and over and over again.
Right.
It gets boring. You know, there are some good. I honestly think NXT right now has some of the best professional wrestling out there. I love NXT. And on top of that, did you guys watch Halloween Havoc?
I caught some of it, yes.
Did you guys see what Raquel and Ripley did? Holy
That was like the best match of the whole week of
shit.
like anything.
Those girls tore it the fuck down.
Right, right.
I think WWE has some of the best women's professional wrestling out there right now.
Definitely.
They're so good.
Problem is that they all get promoted to the quote-unquote main roster. They don't know what to do with them.
See, they do, and that's just the WWE system.
Right.
You know, I just had Mike Bennett on my show, and Mike Bennett is one of the guys that I look up to. You know, he just 3 years clean and sober.
Right.
Like, the guy is, and he's so good. He's so good, and he's like, I thought I wanted to go there. You know, I thought WWE was always where I wanted to go.
Right,
And he goes, when I got there, man, it sucked.
right,
The money was great, but it sucked.
right. I think with his signing in particular, it seemed to me like they were more interested in Maria, and he was coming along with Maria when they first signed him. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, I think he just had to be there because Maria was the one that they really wanted, and then they became a package. That's just when that happened. That was just my opinion.
Now, don't get me wrong. There are some things that like AEW does that is good.
Sure, sure. And I like Mike, by the way. I like what he does in the ring. I'm not taking anything away from that.
Mike's guy's amazing.
Him in Ring of Honor was so awesome. WWE completely dropped the ball.
Dude, did you see like his feud with Cody and Impact? Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
Unbelievable. I saw that like earlier this week that he asked Paul Heyman what WWE thought of him, and they said they just think you're a good hand. That's when he asked for his release.
Right.
He knew he was never going to get on top of anything.
Right.
You know, but like he's just so like that guy is so good. Like,
So is it all about creative and not having any issues right now?
I think a lot of it does. I think they have too many cooks in the kitchen.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
they have too many cooks in the kitchen. They have too many cooks in the kitchen that are worried about getting themselves over before getting the boys over.
Makes sense. And they're not real a lot of the creative writing team, if I'm not mistaken, are more like Hollywood writers and those kind of writers versus people who were in the industry to write as producers.
Are we talking WWE or
Yeah.
AEW?
No, WWE.
WWE, yeah. I don't really watch like a whole lot of WWE's product. I mean, I'll watch a pay-per-view and I'll watch like NXT when I get a chance.
Right.
But like, if there's something that interests me, I'll tune in and kind of watch it. But then I feel disappointed, to be honest.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, I feel disappointed. I'm like, man, that was okay. Like I did a watch along on our Discord we did a watch along on our show for Halloween Havoc, and watching it, I'm like, man, this is they did that cinematic match with it Trevor Lee and what's the other guy's name?
Cameron? No, not Cameron
No.
Grimes. It was.
No, sorry, it's Cameron Grimes. Yes, I called him Trevor Lee. I apologize. Cameron Grimes and Dexter Lumis.
Dexter Lumis. I couldn't think of his freaking name for a second. Yeah, Dexter Lumis.
And I'm watching this, and I'm like, what the f am I watching right now? Like, there's zombies. I'm like, I got a text. It was hilarious. He goes, hey man, did you ever in professional wrestling school learn how to wrestle zombies? And I was like, I didn't. I must have missed that class to learn how to wrestle zombies. But yeah, right. But it
Why
just,
is his mic down?
yeah. Well,
It's not.
Bet you the class was put on by Jim Cornette.
We don't hear him. We don't hear his mic.
okay. A lot of people crap on Jim Cornette, but 9 times out of 10, Jim Cornette's right.
Sometimes.
Explain to me.
His podcast, he thinks like everything should be from like 1970.
That is not true any way, shape, and form. If you actually listen to a lot of the stuff he says on his podcast and really sink it in,
Yeah.
he's right. A lot of the stuff out there right now isn't good.
True.
And the way that he puts it, and another, if he put the way he goes and he says this is how it should have been done, you go, yeah, it should have been actually.
Right.
It should have, And I get everything evolves. If
Yeah.
it doesn't evolve, it gets stale.
Right.
I get it, 100%. But the current product right now out there, man, I'm telling you, man, Ring of Honor's coming. We've been a sleeping giant for a little bit. I'm telling you, man, we're coming with some.
Let me pull out the crystal ball.
Yeah.
If you were to script your next 5 years for yourself, where do you see yourself? Where do you want to be? Where do you feel you should be in 5 years?
In 5 years.
Because obviously, I got to imagine you have goals.
100%. That's why I live life.
Right.
That's for goals. In 5 years, I still see myself with Ring of Honor.
Okay.
I see myself being a multi-site champion in Ring of Honor and being one of the biggest professional wrestlers in the world
Right on.
out of Ring of Honor.
We can say we knew him when. When he was a guest on our show, when he's a multi-time champion, which would be cool.
I can't wait till the pandemic's over. Freaking Ring of Honor is always in town and go to Sam's Town.
Yeah,
those are always some
that
awesome
is one
shows.
venue that I've wrestled for 9 years, and I'm out of California. That is one venue I've never wrestled in.
Ah,
Really?
I've never wrestled in the same city, ever.
That's pretty interesting. Is there an on-off switch on this mic we don't know about? Talk.
There's a reason why your mic is muted.
Sledge muted it all the way over
Touche.
here.
Oh,
there we go.
I'm back.
There he
I'm
is.
back,
There he
Sledge.
is. There he is.
Sledge 805, I'm back.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, thanks.
Right
bud.
on.
Follow him on TikTok, too.
Yeah, follow me on all social medias. Now
There's
you're
a TikTok
banana.
too.
He has a TikTok as well.
Do you have a website? What's your handles? Where can people find you on?
At
Obviously,
Sle-
TikTok.
At Sledge 805. It's,
Okay.
it's really easy. Like I keep
on.
it easy for everybody. Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace, High Five. Like
Did he say MySpace?
yeah, I said MySpace.
I think he just dated himself.
I think he's the only member left. I think at this
Yeah,
point.
I am. I own it now.
Tom.
I just bought it from Justin Timberlake. I keep it easy. Sledge 805
Right
on
on.
everything, man. It's
Right on.
just and I don't know if we're like logging off or anything like that. If you guys have more,
Well, we still have a little time. We have
Oh hell
almost
yeah!
7 minutes left.
Okay,
We're
cool.
good.
'Cause I got I'm just a worth of knowledge. So just ask, and I like it.
Who did you pattern yourself in the ring when you started wrestling? Was there one person or style or someone that you said, man, I want to wrestle like Bret Hart? You mentioned the name, so I'm just using it as an example. Who did you pattern yourself after once you got started in the ring?
Well, I guess would be the best way is like I'm a mix between like I guess Gangrel, Samoa Joe, and that's probably the only two. I guess
Wow.
would be the best way to put it. It's like I'm super aggressive in the ring.
Right? Which I'll get to see firsthand later
Yeah,
today.
you'll get to see firsthand later on today. I'm sorry, Shade. I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
Because you asked for this.
I did.
You did?
Yes, I did.
How did you ask for that?
I asked Project West. I was like, hey, I want someone I can challenge myself against.
What?
Because I'm down to face anybody, but I need a challenge.
Right.
And he brought him in. I said, oh, okay.
You didn't mean that hard a challenge.
Maybe not this much.
I didn't, but I was like, all right, well, it's here now. I can't back down now. If I talk about it, I got to be about it.
Wow. Is your title up for this match, or is this a non-title
I found
match?
out yesterday it is up on the line.
Oh, it is a title match.
It is a title match.
Wow.
Oh, well, it looks like I'm
Got
walking,
room in your
I was going to
luggage?
say.
it looks like I'm walking home with some gold.
I was going to say, holy cow. Well,
But no,
and let me practice. The winner of this match. Well, I'll leave
Chill,
I'll leave it
chill.
open-ended that way.
Okay. What the heck? Oh, this is Sledge's back after I'm done with them. All right, got it.
Oh.
L6, L5 next.
The equipment in this room is not insured, so let's wait. Oh my gosh.
no, we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good match. I'm gonna give him what he wants,
All right. I look forward to calling.
and that's an ass whooping.
I will say though, I
drink
did
my
go.
coffee.
I did go on the air on another show, and I predicted him to be the breakout star in 2021.
I did hear that. And
But it is only 2020, so we still have a little time left on your side of the
well,
calendar.
you've seen how many shows are out there right now. So I mean, the pool's not really that big, brother.
At this rate, I'm great.
Yeah.
Exactly. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, don't go, please.
We usually have a question we like to ask all of our wrestling-related guests.
Oh, yeah. Who's your Mount Rushmore of wrestling?
Oh, jeez.
We get that
softly.
we-
Coffee me softly.
we get that same reaction every time that we ask the question. Really?
I love-
Oh wow.
I love coffee, man. I drink coffee. I probably drink coffee more than I drink water, to be 100% honest.
It's okay. It's water based.
It is water-based, you know. I don't know what you're doing over there, dude. You're just having a blast
He
like,
is.
putting random shit up on there.
And the good news is it only is that desk. It can't happen to us sitting up
Oh,
there.
that's good.
Banana.
What was it?
Mount Rushmore.
My
Mount
Mount
Rushmore.
Rushmore.
Anemone. I'm
Words.
anemone.
Words. We do words. Oh, jeez. Yeah, obviously you got to put the Undertaker up there. Yes. You got to put Bret Hart up there. You got to put Gangrel up there.
That was a scary day at CAC.
Which time?
I don't know if I'm allowed to even say this on the air, but it was like your former trainer
We'll stop
and
right there.
him.
We'll stop right there. We'll stop right there.
We're gonna pull that e-brake right now.
I was
Pull
gonna
Real
the
say-
quick.
e-brake.
Real quick. I had a feeling that's where you were going. I was like, nah.
Let's back that truck up. Beep.
Yeah. I give him more credit. I give Gangrel more credit than I do him.
Yeah.
100%.
Gotcha.
That final one.
My final one is a big one. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Probably Triple H. Ooh. Because just okay. There you go. So I'm a mix between. There it is, right there, dude. I'm a mix between like Gangrel, Samoa
Right.
Joe, and Triple H.
Triple H.
Yeah.
That's not a bad combination. That's not bad at all. I love it.
You know, I can be technical in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trained by one of at the Ring of Honor dojo. I went to the Ring of Honor dojo before I got my job with Ring of Honor.
Nice.
I packed up everything and left everything in California for an opportunity to work for Ring of Honor. I wasn't under contract.
Right.
I got offered a dojo spot
Gotcha.
and said, "Come, we'll put you on the ring trucks to put some money in your pocket, but then you have to train here, and we'll figure out if you're worth a shit."
Right.
You're worth a shit.
You know.
I'll admit it.
And at that time at the Ring of Honor dojo, I got to roll around with guys like Jonathan Gresham. Jonathan Gresham's the best technical wrestler in the world right now.
Yeah.
And I got to train underneath him and a guy named Will Ferrara, who is another best technical wrestler in the world. I can roll around with some of the best. I've had some of the best mentors in the business. You know, it's just like I can be aggressive as all hell, which I am, super aggressive, but I can out technique you as well.
Sure.
And and I'm a big dude. I'm 6'3", 6'4", and I can move like I'm 150 pounds.
Yeah,
That's
and I saw some of that last night as you were working with some of those younger students. Can you bring up, Aaron, if you can bring up the flyer that has the signing for the three of them today so we can promote that? Talk about your partners who will be with you at the signing today.
Honestly, Max, she is an amazing dude. She's a powerhouse. I've never met her in person.
Oh, okay.
But I've watched her online. I watch everybody.
Sure.
I'm scouting everybody. I watch in a distance. I don't
Okay.
comment a whole lot. I don't,
Right.
I watch in a distance.
Right.
But she is a freaking powerhouse. I want to say that she wrestles a lot in OVW,
Yes.
and she's just mean looking, straight out mean looking. She looks like she would beat your ass.
Yeah, I
which
would
is
say
great.
so. There you go. There's the flyer. Just to remind everybody, today from 1 to 3 over at the Boulevard Mall in front of Power Play Sports Collectibles, we'll see Sledge, Maxie Impeller, and Leon the Terrible signing 1 to 3. And where's the information? Is this the one where is it $15 for the autographs, Matt? Do you remember?
I believe this is free.
Oh, this is the free. Okay, I'm thinking of next week. So this is a free
That's Luke
signing.
Gallows.
You can purchase pictures and stuff. If you don't have anything from the store, they'll have stuff for you as well. So you can come down between 1 and 3. And then when you're done, 2:30 kicks off the card over at Versus Pro Studios, right down the hall, about 2 doors down from Power Play Sports Collectibles. So that's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I'm excited. I'm excited about coming out there and doing a signing. And
That'll be fun.
You know, I got 8x10s for sale. I got a couple shirts. The shirt that I'm wearing right now, you know, the baseball tee.
Got a large. Got an extra large?
I think I do.
All right, put it aside.
I think I do. I think I do.
I got one.
I only have like a couple left. Like I can't really sell merchandise like my shirts and stuff like that because obviously I'm my contract and stuff. But
Right.
like It's one of those. What is with the laughing?
Well, that's our signal. We only have about a minute or two left. That's the Fiend letting us know it's time to get out of here.
Oh, it's a go home.
Yes. That's
Wow,
correct.
that was quick.
Yeah, hours go by fast, man.
Oh wow. Oh wow. I'd love to come back and talk more
Please.
about. I'd love to come back more and like talk about like sobriety and
Absolutely.
and stuff like that. I'd really like to get the word out about that.
Yeah, I'd love to have you back on.
Absolutely. And now, if there's a time when we can schedule that, we can also video you in from wherever you are at that time. We have that capability. So,
let's
I mean,
do-
obviously, in studio works the best, but we can set something up wherever you are.
Let's do that.
We can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I have my own studio at home.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
So
we could totally do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We can
I would love that.
Certainly do. I love it. I think it's a great idea. Again, thinking of your story. Look, I got the goosebumps. You can see
I
them.
can see
dude.
them, man. I can
It's
see
not
them.
from the Fiend music. It is from your story and how your last 6 years, how you've been able to.
We didn't even get to how I got to Ring of Honor.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like
So
an
it's so
hour's
quick.
gone, right?
Yeah, it's so quick.
But thank you for coming in.
I appreciate
We'll see you
it.
later
Thank
on
you
at
so much,
Versus
yeah.
and the signing. Be safe, everybody. Halloween. Shade. Where's Shade? Let's get Shade up there. Oh, my God.
Damn. That's scary.
You're going to wrestle a ghost later.
I-
Or you may turn him into a ghost later.
Yeah,
one or the
yeah,
other.
I like that. I like that one.
I said May. Sorry, dude. Sorry.
Before you log off, if you don't mind me, if
Yeah,
I say
please.
one thing, please, guys, like just be safe, have fun tonight, and in the world, control what's in your circle. And what I mean by that is just control what you can control inside your circle. Don't worry about what's on the outside of your circle because you can't control that. Just control what's inside your circle, and remember, positive thoughts get positive results, and that is the way I live my life, and that's how a lot of people I believe should. Because
Absolutely love it.
There's so much negativity in this world right now that we don't need that shit.
Totally
Sure.
behind that 100%. Matt, closing thoughts as we say goodbye.
Everybody had a safe week. Have a great Halloween. Come see Versus, and Wrestle Connect starts tomorrow.
Absolutely. Shade, closing comments.
Make sure you follow me on Instagram at _extra shade. And come down to Versus Pro Wrestling and watch me take on the metalhead maniac Sledge himself from Ring of Honor.
It's gonna be fun.
All right. With that, be safe today on Halloween. Don't do anything crazy that you regret later. Don't forget Election Day on Tuesday. If you have not gone out to early vote or sent your ballot in, please make sure you do that. As I always like to say, be kind to everybody. Why is that? We're all we got. We'll see you next week right here on Thoughts Count Anywhere. Thank you, everybody.